ঋণের অধিকার নিশ্চিত না করে জীবিকার অধিকার প্রতিষ্ঠা করা সম্ভব নয়। COP29 সম্মেলনের সাইডলাইনে অনুষ্ঠিত এক আলাপচারিতায় এই মন্তব্য করেন অন্তর্বর্তী সরকারের প্রধান উপদেষ্টা অধ্যাপক ডক্টর মোহাম্মদ ইউনুস।
We talk about right to speak, right to work, right to practice your religion. These are human rights. And right to your livelihood, that's your human right. I said, how do you begin that human right without introducing the right to credit as one of them? Because if you don't have that right, your right to livelihood disappears. Because you cannot establish right to livelihood without having credit in you. So your right to any other access to any right needs that facilitation from the credit side and so on. So I said, if we are listing all the human rights, you should be putting one more human right as number one, right to credit, because that's where it all starts.
এই সময় ব্যবসা ও দৈনন্দিন জীবনে ঋণ ও বিনিয়োগের প্রয়োজনীয়তা তুলে ধরেন প্রধান উপদেষ্টা।
Because that's why you defined him, a small farmer, so he has a farm loan. He is not only a farmer, he has other activities. He has a little shop, he has a little kind of household type businesses and so on. So you have to see his credit needs in totality, not just what's a seasonal need for this crop or seasonal need for that crop. That's why I talked about the card. Card means access to any finance. That card is a magic card. Whatever income you have, put into that card. Whatever money you need, take it out of the card. So finally, somebody is calculating, managing your money, whether you're running short of some money, you are needing some extra money and so on. So we need to have a banking system where you don't have to go to an office. Today, luckily in Bangladesh, there are something like that. Bikash money goes everywhere. People send money, people borrow money and so on. So it's already there. It's nothing to be reinvented or invented again.
বিশ্বের শতাধিক বিশ্ববিদ্যালয়ে কোর্স হিসেবে সামাজিক ব্যবসা শিক্ষা পড়ানো হচ্ছে উল্লেখ করে এর প্রশংসা করেন ডক্টর মোহাম্মদ ইউনুস। একই সঙ্গে সব দেশেই সামাজিক ব্যবসায় ব্যাংকিং আইনের প্রয়োজনীয়তা তুলে ধরেন তিনি।
Banks or the financial system, the part which is addressing the people at the bottom should be created as social business banks. So when you say bank, you always see that they must be making a lot of money. So that question should not be there when you are lending money to below a certain level of income. If you are above that, you want to make money, probably you do that, but at this level you don't make money anymore. It is a social business. You do the business to solve the problem rather than make money for yourself as a social business. And every country should have a social business banking law. See, governments are very quick to give you welfare, give you free money. Take care, you have housing, you have... Somehow government is very reluctant to give you a loan. They don't trust you. They will rather give it free. I said, you change your mind. You create a social business banking. This is their business. It's not government's business. It's their business to make sure that nobody should be on the payroll of the government, the free roll of the government. It's an insult to human being to give free money to human being. Human being is a very creative being. To put them into some kind of a free food, free money situation, you are humiliating, you are insulting the human being. That you put the person as like a human zoo. You stay there, you feed you be there, have your little life for yourself, but don't complain. That's not it. So it's doable. Finance for everybody is doable. That you have to convince yourself.
গ্রামীণ ব্যাংকে মডেল হিসেবে বিবেচনায় নিয়ে সব দেশে কৃষকদের জন্য ক্ষুদ্র ঋণ প্রসারের আহ্বান জানান প্রধান উপদেষ্টা।
If the machine doesn't work again and again, just kick it, don't use it anymore. Build a new one. You're wasting your time. So if the financial system that is present now is not working for the purposes that you want it to work, don't try to fix it. Build a new financial system. It can be done. And that's the challenge that we took, and create a new bank with the new rules. And today, after all these years, when our banks have bad debt accumulated as 60%, 65% bad debts in Bangladeshi banks, Grameen Bank, which works parallelly in the same country with the poorer people, quote unquote, supposedly risky people from their eyes, they will not come to lend them. Their repayment rate is near 100%. So that shows that this is an obsolete institution. You don't need it anymore. It doesn't work. So you have to redesign a completely new one. I talked about the poor women and focused on women, etc., etc. But this is only one segment of the population. We talk about the small farmer. Farmer in Bangladesh usually is a man with something tied around his head and or a matal, something hat. This is a typical face, a man with some beard or something. That's a farmer. I said that's a wrong picture. The women are farmer too. But what is the women farmer picture? There is no women farmer picture. So we should be including women into that because farming is not the only occupation. There are many other occupations. This is one. Number two, what about their children? They are income earners too. So why don't you create a financial institution which includes everybody? And when we are talking about the small farmer loan,
এ সময় চাল সহ বিভিন্ন কৃষি পণ্য উৎপাদন বৃদ্ধিতে ঋণের ভূমিকা তুলে ধরেন ইন্টারন্যাশনাল রাইস রিসার্চ ইনস্টিটিউটের মহাপরিচালক ইভন পিন্টো।
Thank you very much for those who contribute.
অ্যাক্সেস টু ফাইন্যান্স ফর দ্য স্মল স্কেল ফার্মার্স শীর্ষক এই আলোচনা সভার আয়োজন করে বাংলাদেশ ও নেদারল্যান্ডস। এটি সঞ্চালনা করেন বাংলাদেশের পররাষ্ট্র সচিব রিয়াজ হামিদুল্লাহ। আলোচনা সভায় কৃষকদের সহায়তায় ঋণ, বীমা, বিনিয়োগ এবং গবেষণার আহ্বান জানান ডাচ প্রিন্স জেম বার্নার্ডো।
500 million smallholder farmers, it's 1/3 of the global food supply. So this is an essential sector that is feeding us, that we're neglecting. So I think it's quite important. They live in poverty, there's inadequate access to land, inputs, credit. They have limited ability to invest, to increase profits or livelihoods, and often live in marginal lands that are extremely sensitive to climate change. So 1/3 of the global production of food is at risk of climate change. And the best form of adaptation is having an income and having a society be able to do adaptation in a collaboration. But that works with an economic income. So we need to focus on that and make a difference.